Today we're going to be doing another loading and shooting video in 40 Smith & Wesson, and we're going to be using the Lyman Spar T press, and that's coming up next here on Jesse B Outdoors Reloading. Welcome back everybody, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down below if you like videos like this. So today we're going to be loading up some 40 Smith & Wesson. We'll be shooting in my Glock 22 Gen 4. What we got here is the Lyman Spar T turret press. We're going to be making the rounds up on this. I've got a set of RCBS dies on top and then a Lee factory crimp die that we'll be using for the dies. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you guys in and show you the components that we're going to be using. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, components we are using today, we are going to be using HP38 here, and we're going to be using 5.2 grains. Then what we got for brass, we got the 40 down here because I'm going to be doing 10mm after this video. But we got mixed range brass here, and we got Subversio primers in those. And then for the bullet, what we got here is the Lee 401-175 TC. That's what we're going to be using for all of our components, so let's get started. Alright, now to get started here, we'll take our rope off. That way we can just let this go down. If you guys didn't know, these old presses, because these don't go all the way forward, if you let go, that goes and makes the ram go up. So what I usually do is I position my leg down here so this can rest on my leg. So we're going to grab our first piece of brass here, and I'll walk you through this, and I'm also going to check my powder charge on this walkthrough. So we got our RCBS sizing die here, and I'm using a Lee shell holder, so we're going to size it. Then the next step here, I got my RCBS expanding die, so we'll expand it. We're going to move it over to the bullet seating die. This one does bullet seating and crimping, but I only have it set up to do bullet seating. So we're going to come over here and we're going to check our powder charge real quick since this is our first one. Zero out my case here. Do our first throw. I might have to do a couple of these because it's been sitting. Yep, that one's a little bit too much, so we're going to dump that back in. We'll try it again. See if it's where I want it. Alright. We're going to try it one more time. It did go down. I'm looking at 5.2 grains. But if I have 5.3 or 5.1, I'll roll with that. And it looks like we're at 5.3, so I'm going to roll with that. So we're going to put this in here, grab one of our bullets, and we're going to seat our bullet. Now, I'm not going to give you my case overall length because that is different for everybody. I made this for my Glock 22, so mine is not what it says in the book. So on this one, I'm sorry guys, I'm not going to give you my case overall length, but I am going to check it here to make sure it's close to what I want. And it is close to what I want, so we'll move to the next step here, and we will crimp it. And crimp it right there. And now what I'm going to do is I actually got my Glock barrel here, and we're going to do a plunk test. Make sure that goes in, falls right out. I'm going to drop it back in again, make sure it spins in there and don't touch the rifling, and it don't. So this round is made for this gun, so we should have no issues theoretically. Let's keep on making some rounds up now. We'll move on to the next one here. We'll just move it on over. So, leave a comment down below. Do you guys like 40 Smith & Wesson? I just got into it. This is December of 2023. And I just got my first 40 Smith & Wesson this year. And kind of put it off and don't know why. Well, I do know why, because I always thought if 9mm couldn't do it, I got a 45. So I never really got into 40 Smith & Wesson, and that's the reason why. And then I decided to, after I got a couple of 40 Smith & Wessons in, let me grab this here real quick, dropped it on the floor. We don't edit nothing out here. But I got a couple of 40 Smith & Wessons in for videos to do reviews on, and I end up falling in love with it shooting those two guns. Actually, one I did a video on, the other one I didn't. One was my brother's, and I didn't get a chance. He's not really here long enough for visiting from Illinois for me to worry about doing videos with his guns, because I'd rather spend time shooting and spending time with him. But that made me kind of like the 40 Smith & Wesson. And of course, I already had a 10mm, so I already had 10mm, or the dies, which I had the lead dies. I just picked up recently these RCBS ones. And basically, I had everything for it. I had the dies, I had the bullet mold to mold these bullets. And I think I forgot to mention it at the beginning. I'd like to thank Missouri Bullet Company for the lead that I made these bullets with. They sent a couple of their ingots out for us to try out and use videos on. And I made a bunch of these up for 40 Smith & Wesson 10mm with both those ingots. There will be a discount code below the Missouri Bullet Company for you guys to try those out. But that's what really got me into 40 Smith & Wesson, was those two things right there. And I kind of fell in love with it, and now I got my Glock 22. And reason why I did that is because I wanted to be cheap on a 40 cal. So I bought a police trade-in, and I pretty much got that. And you guys have seen it in videos. If you don't, I'll leave a video card up here for you guys to check out when I first got it. And it was in pretty good shape. But what we're going to do is like I normally do. That was 5 rounds. We're going to change the camera angle real quick. So with, like I said, the 38 Special, I shot in his Ruger Vaquero. And another one he had was his 45 Colt. He had a Taurus Judge. So we'll get the Taurus Judge and shoot some 45 Colt in it. I would like to... I got to find some lead, because he used a 200 grain bullet in that, and I got the bullet mold that he used, but I'm out of lead right now. I really want to get some lead, but I got a bunch of stuff going on, so I don't know when I'm going to get any lead to make those. When I do that video, I would like to make those bullets up and use those bullets. He actually used the Lee 124 grain truncated cone 9mm in his 38 Special. But I'm going to use my 125 grain just because I like that, and I don't have any of the lead, of course, to make that bullet. So I don't have any that I can size to that to use it. But it'll be close enough to replicate that. And then another one is 9mm. And if you guys go way back into my main channel, you go way back, I did a video where I was out shooting a Browning High Power. That was his Browning High Power. So, and it's an FN original Browning High Power too. It's not a clone or nothing like that. And I'll get my hands on that, and we'll do another loading and shooting video series with that. And then, like I said, I'll probably end up doing an actual gun review on the main channel with that also. So I think that's going to be kind of cool that we could do something like that. And like I said, we're going to load up all those rounds on this press, because that's what he did. What I'm even going to do is I'm going to use the dies I got from him. I don't know what he used for 9mm. I didn't find no 9mm dies over there. So I'm going to use my 9mm dies, but I'm going to use his 38 Special and 45 Colt dies on this press to do it. And that is our last round here. This is the 40 Smith & Wesson. Now let's take it outside and shoot them. Now we're outside with the 20 rounds of 40 Smith & Wesson we loaded up here. We are shooting them in my Glock 22 Gen 4. This is the police trade-in that I picked up from AIM Surplus. Let's go ahead and try that MGM gong. Alright, let's try the big silhouette. Alright, coyote. Small silhouette. silhouette on the frame. All right, not too bad here. Let's try the small plate. All right, knocked it right off of the hook. Let's try that bowling pin. All right, looks like we knocked a huge chunk off of that. Let's try the MGM popper. Knock that back again, pop it again. I love that thing. Let's try the gopher. Oh, missed the gopher on the last one. Let's try the other magazine out. All right, we got magazine number 2 here. Try this out. Let's go for that bowling pin again. Ooh, all around it. There we go. Popped him. Let's try that gopher again. There we go. I'm gonna stop right there while I look good. 6-inch target. Pop that. Let's try the MGM Coyote in the head. Ooh, where am I going? There we go. Off just a little bit. MGM popper. All right, big silhouette. All right, those all fired just fine. Let's go ahead and give you my final thoughts. So, what's my final thoughts here on the 40 Smith & Wesson? Once again, just like the rest of them, gotta love it. This is my favorite load for this gun. They loaded it up nice on that press. Shot just fine over here. Could hit whatever I want when I did my part of it. Once again, I hope you guys are liking these series, loading and shooting. It's a lot of fun making them. I hope you guys are enjoying them. So as always, don't forget to check the links out down below. Down there I have links to Axle Hearing Protection, Gators Eyewear, and a bunch of other companies I like dealing with. Some got discount codes to save you guys money. Others are affiliate accounts that do help out the channel. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down below. We are One Nation Under God, and I'll see you all on the next one.